Why did Quentin Tarantino spit on a reporter at the Oscars in 1997? Before we get into the actual incident, we need to understand some backstory. Tarantino's outburst was fueled by his deep-seated resentment towards his biological father, Tony Tarantino, a man he had never met and whom he wanted nothing to do with. The incident stemmed from a 1995 article in Premiere magazine, which featured an interview with Tony Tarantino as a part of a biography written by film critic Jami Bernard. The piece presented Tony discussing his son's success, despite having been completely absent from his life. Quentin saw this as an opportunistic and exploitative move, considering it pretty tasteless that Premiere would give a platform to someone who had no actual relationship with him. Tony Tarantino left Quentin's mother before he was born, and Quentin was raised solely by his mother, Connie McHugh. He has often stated that Tony had no influence on his career. Tarantino has made it clear in interviews that he does not consider Tony his father in any meaningful way, once saying, "I had one parent and that was my mother." Over the years, Tony Tarantino has tried to claim some credit for his son's success, leading Quentin to distance himself further. This long-standing resentment toward his father, combined with his dislike for media intrusion, made the Premiere article a particularly sore point. The 1997 Academy Awards incident. During the 1997 Academy Awards, Quentin Tarantino was attending the ceremony with his then-girlfriend Mira Sorvino when he had an altercation with Chris Connelly. Since Connelly had been the editor-in-chief of Premiere at the time of the article's publication, Tarantino seemingly held him responsible for publishing the interview. As Sorvino and Tarantino walked the red carpet, Connelly, who was working as an MTV news host at the time, called out to Sorvino from the media section. Before she could respond, Tarantino intervened, pulling Sorvino away and telling her, "He's the editor of Premiere and he did the story on my dad." Connelly immediately corrected him, saying, "No, I didn't." As Tarantino and Sorvino walked away, Tarantino flipped Connelly off and said, "F*** you," and spit in his direction.
I was the editor of Premiere when they did the story on my dad, so don't talk about it.
No, I didn't.
You.